So the only thing is when my wife gets home, you might have to give me a minute when she gets here just to explain to her what's going on.
Okay.
All right, man.
We gotcha. Can you hear this fan?
No.
No.
Good. Good. It's right around my neck, so.
Oh, by the way, we're live. I didn't know if you know that, Filia. I mean, Mia.
Filia? Ooh.
Yep, I was looking at Filia's.
When we hide up in a secret sky.
are live.
Hey, everybody. How's it going? Tonight with me, I have my co-host, Mina.
Hi, Hauntlings.
And I have, for our special guest, we have Furberries.
Hey, bear buddies.
So before we get into the normal spiel, I have a few things that I want to point out. Thing one, it is Ray Beeman and Jellybean's anniversary. So I want everybody to wish them a very happy anniversary.
Happy anniversary,
Happy
guys.
anniversary. Here's going for
Yep, happy anniversary, guys.
6,000 more years because it's their 6th anniversary.
We love you. I hope this one was. I hope this one was the best yet, and there's many more to come.
Yes, definitely.
And on that note, I want to segue into as the Raven Dreams just dropped a new story from Ray Beeman. So as it is his anniversary, please do stop by and check that one out. But also, Jellybean dropped her first story on none other than Furberries' channel the other day. So go show them both very much love, because that story, for being Jellybean's first story, was freaking amazing.
Yes, it was.
She did a very good job.
Okay, that got what I needed.
So for one, if anybody in the chat, which I'm pretty sure they all know who you are, but if there's anybody out there that doesn't know who you are, why don't you tell them what you do?
Well, I'm Furberries. I narrate scary stories. I do a very little bit of horror gaming, although I haven't done that in a while because my gaming PC kind of shit the bed on me. So it's just been sticking to the stories lately. And yeah, that's about it.
If you haven't checked out his channel,
I'm getting ready.
Very big draw, because I love this. He has a talking bear on the screen, and it's super creepy. It tells you scary stories, and it just adds so much to his channel.
I have to wonder.
I guess I should have mentioned that. Yes.
Is that bear any relationship to Patches?
I don't think so. It's Patches. It's Patches' cousin, twice removed.
Yeah.
Okay. Because we're still trying to get an image for Patches, and Mary's not been happy with. Well, there's been many that have been put out, but Mary hasn't gotten the approval from Patches for one of them to be the picture of Patches.
Oh, I see.
I remember I drew her one. It wasn't very good, but I drew her one.
Yep. So
I have the artistic ability of a fucking middle schooler.
Oh, me too, buddy. I can't draw a straight line with a ruler. I do wood burning though, but wood burning's really easy because it's just tracing with a really hot pen.
Yeah. So if my phone is telling me it's time for the Traveler's Tavern, how's that? Horror, why? What brought you into horror?
I love horror, and I have schizoaffective disorder, so I have trouble sleeping because I have trouble shutting my brain off. It goes a mile a minute. And so I started listening to horror narrations by guys like Being Scared and Let's Read and Mortis Media and stuff to go to sleep, because it gives me something to focus on. And that's really what got me started doing stuff. Well, maybe I can help somebody who has sort of the same problems as me. Maybe I can help people sleep.
Let's Read is really good for that.
Yeah.
I get really bad migraines, and I'll put on Let's Read, because for some reason his voice and Your Maker's voice is the other one that works really good for my migraines.
Yeah, I've listened to a lot of Your Maker as well.
What he said, schizoaffective disorder, right?
I did say schizoaffective disorder.
Now I know what that is, because I know other people that have it. Do you mind defining that for everybody?
No, that's fine. So schizoaffective disorder is a combination of schizophrenia and bipolar disorder. And I have bipolar type 2 disorder, which is depressive as opposed to manic. So yeah, that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
I don't have any of that, but I do have a hard time shutting my brain off because it likes to go a mile a minute because I have really, really bad ADHD.
Yeah, well, I've got that and generalized anxiety disorder and, a host of other things, but it's the schizoaffective that really affects me on a day-to-day basis.
Right.
Hey, another one with an anxiety disorder. Welcome to the club. It's not a very
Yeah.
fun club to be a part of. I wish I could get out.
I watched.
Yeah, no, you and me both, brother.
Yeah, I watched a movie that I watched before this week. And for some reason, I've been thinking about this. When you watch or read a horror movie or a horror story, if you're not disturbed by it in some way, to me it's not really horror because it's not hitting you in those places in your mind.
But what happens if you're so desensitized to it that it just doesn't, that nothing just hits you like that?
Yeah, we
That's
understand
exactly what I was thinking too.
We understand that you have that problem, PA. It's just the sociopath in you.
I watch a thing someone calls scary, and I'm like, really? I mean, that was some good storytelling, but I didn't feel the fear.
Yeah, I get that.
I watched Room 212 again, and that movie, for me at least, hits a lot of real topics for me from my past, and I could feel the terror, even though it I know other people probably didn't. I can feel the terror in that movie.
So it was funny because of all things to actually raise my blood pressure and make me make my heart start pounding a little bit. I was listening to a story from Vidith, and he was describing like a claustrophobic area, and I'm very claustrophobic. So he was going into great details about the claustrophobia, like that, how claustrophobic this guy was. And I'm like, I don't like this. I don't like this. Can we move on, please?
Yeah, I get that. I'm claustrophobic as well. That would make me uncomfortable too.
I think it's interesting that so many of us who have physical and mental issues are drawn to horror as a way to cope.
Yeah, it's strange, isn't it? You'd think we'd go the opposite and look for things that are sunny and happy, but no, we tend towards the dark and dismal.
Yeah, but it also goes to, and I think Filia brought this up one time when we were talking about how it makes us understand that, maybe there's people out there that are much worse off than we are, or have gone through something more horrible than we have, especially the true crime stuff.
Yeah, I think that's absolutely true.
I'm not jaded and only see the worst in humanity. What are you talking about?
So we got a problem here, guys, and this is for everybody listening. Furberries has 174 subscribers.
If you're not subscribed to him, subscribe. If you're subscribed to him, share him out.
Thanks very much. I appreciate that.
He needs to get to 200, guys. I mean, we want to get him higher than that, but he needs to at least get to 200. So come on, guys.
We wanted to get him to 200 before Halloween was up, but then his computer took a shit on him. So let's get him to 200. I know we can do it.
Lady
Thanks very much, guys.
You're welcome.
You're welcome, brother.
Lady Nopingham, that's a very good point. We feel like we're outsiders. And we can relate to stuff that's slightly askew.
Yeah, that's very well said. Hey, Iz, how's it going?
Hey, Infinite Psychosis. He's outside of everybody.
Oh, hey, Ray's in the chat too. Hey, Ray, happy birthday, happy anniversary.
Ray, happy anniversary, you sexy son of a bitch.
Ray has already gotten me today.
We want him to get higher than that. I'm gonna get you higher than that, big boy.
Can you take me high? Wait a minute, that could be copyrighted. Yes, happy anniversary, Ray.
If you guys didn't see, I made a little tweet wishing him a happy anniversary. Made Ray and Jelly Bean a little special happy anniversary thumbnail.
Yeah.
They seem to like it. So,
let's see. I met you on Gothic Roses live, or not live stream, premieres.
It's possible. I can't remember where you and I met anymore.
I don't even remember where we met. I just
pretty sure that's where it was. It's been a while.
Yeah, you've mentioned that before, so I'm gonna go with that and say that's accurate.
I just remember one day Fur didn't exist, and then another day Fur was just all of a sudden there, and I'm just like, oh, okay.
That's the way all of us appear. Well, except for you, because you were in the background all that time. But there's Creepy Cody. Hello, Creepy. Hey, we didn't go through everybody in the chat.
What's up, Cody? Well, let me see. We got my Jelly Bean and my Ray. They're mine. Can't have them. Get your own.
Of course, we have Furberries and Lizzie Battle and PA Nightmares and myself. I am under the Nevermore Collective. We have Dark Horse Tales. Lady Nopingham. Am I saying that right? Nopingham.
That's how I've always, like she's noping the hell out of there with that ham.
I've seen her in a lot of places. I haven't talked to her before, so hello, honey. And of course, Infinite Psychosis, Creepy Cody. I think that's everybody so far. Everybody, remember to hit the thumbs up for us. Like the stream, share it out, join the channel, join Furberries channel. How can we get that, like, subliminal thing? And there's
so
CCG.
I'm currently on the... Hey, what's up, CC?
Hey,
also, I'm
CC.
currently on the warpath to try to get 42 to 500 because YouTube keeps ganking her subscribers.
Yeah, I think I'm at 470 right now.
Like she'll get so every time she gets to 470 or 471, YouTube just like yeets like 3 subscribers from her. Just like boop,
That keeps happening to me at 174. But I keep going back down to 170. I've been stuck right where I'm at for too long now.
This is why we say don't do sub for sub, because if you don't actually watch the channel at least once or twice since you subbed, YouTube has a bad habit of pulling them off, and then YouTube just likes to disconnect PA from certain people.
Yeah, it does that to me too. I went to watch one of Like and Trucker's videos the other day, and I know damn well I was subscribed to him, and then it had me unsubscribed.
Oh! What it loves to do is unsubscribe T from me. T can literally not subscribe to my channel. If he does, YouTube immediately goes nope.
Yep.
That's funny.
It immediately unsubscribes
Apparently, it's not just me that it does it to him for. It's a lot of people.
Yeah, YouTube just doesn't like him, I think. I mean...
Right? Ray just said, yeeted, ganked, loving the use of words. Thanks, I try. Skeet McGee.
So I've had this on my mind lately because of things I'm doing in other areas. What do you want on your epitaph?
God damn it, he tried.
I like
damn
that
it,
one.
he tried.
I like that one. Hi, Lily. Horrors by Lily C Nation
Hey,
is here.
Lily.
I bet you Evil Outcast is on his way. Slipped. Oh. I think Gank should be slipped occasionally into the conversation more often. How about Glomp? You like glomps too?
I will slip ganked into the conversation more often just for you. Hold on. Ganked. There you go. I did it in the Batman voice just for you, Ray.
I think that's one thing that I missed about the Con VR experiences. I'm used to getting glomped when I go into a con, and you can't really do that in VR. So, didn't really have it happen, but yeah.
Ray, now I feel ganked.
I'm gonna gank you real good, big boy.
So, your intro to your channel is Horror Fables.
Yes. Furberries Fables, yeah.
Yeah, I said it wrong. I wasn't looking at it, okay?
Furby's Fables.
Furbies. I get that a lot, yeah.
Furberries Fables. Blueberries Fables, because it's a blue bear. I mean, purple bear. I mean...
Close enough.
Yeah.
Furberries Fables.
What gave you the Fables line? Where did that come from?
I'm a fan of alliteration, and it just fit with Furberries, so Furberries Fables.
Cool. Very, very well done there. Yeah, if you guys haven't gone to his channel, he's got 114 videos, guys. So you've got a lot to look at.
There's a few there.
Yeah, 3 of them are new.
There's a few there.
There's a few there. What have you found to be the most enjoyable part about being in the horror community on YouTube?
Oh, just the community itself. You people are amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I've made so many great friends. I think the community is absolutely the best part of it.
I happen to agree with you. We have a lot of talented, wonderful people, not just the creators. Our listeners are some of the best out there. How could you not, Furberries? You're a teddy bear.
He's a teddy bear that tells you stories of people getting murdered. What's not to love?
Yeah, I like that juxtaposition of something innocent and cute like a teddy bear telling terrifying stories like that. I think it's interesting.
So, one of my favorite stories Slumber Reads ever told on her channel was one about them doing a demonic, like it was a ritual, but they used an Elmo doll and it came to life and murdered everyone.
Yeah. Those type of stories are really good.
Yeah, I agree. Hi, Aisha.
Hi,
yeah, we got
Aisha.
Artzilla Aisha. Hey, Aisha,
I miss
how you
you,
doing?
Aisha.
Love you, Aisha.
Love you. Don't tickle me, Elmo. Yeah, right. Don't tickle that, Elmo.
Exactly.
Right. Don't worry. Elmo tickles you with a knife.
How does this feel? I've noticed in a lot, and these are usually in B-rated horror, but I've seen it in some stories as well as movies where they say they cut across the stomach and their guts just pour out. Well, that's not actually how that works. You gotta pull them. And typically the person that's been stabbed doesn't do the pulling. It's usually the stabber. I saw something recently with something like a teddy bear stabbing people, and I can't remember what it was. Maybe it was a dream. Maybe I was dreaming about Furberries attacking everybody.
For what? Did you sleep kill again, man? We've had this conversation.
I can't help it. I'm sorry. Beyond my control.
What kind of horror is your favorite? Oh God, Ray.
What did he do this time?
You got me again.
He's just putting out some funny quotes there.
The out of context quotes.
Even on his anniversary, Ray's still doing his job.
No, Aisha, we love you more.
Definitely. Sorry, so what kind of horror is my favorite?
Yes.
I like psychological and supernatural horror the best. And I can't stand gore horror that's just gory for the sake of being gory, but doesn't enhance the story in any way.
I agree
That
with
I've
that.
never been a fan of.
I mean, some people will argue, we're going back to Psycho. Some people will argue that the gore there, which is basically just her getting stabbed in the shower, which you really don't see anything. I mean, if you watch that scene, you really don't see anything.
Yeah, it's left to your imagination for the most part, like the actual blood and guts and whatnot. And I think that's much more appealing to me anyway than actually seeing people's blood and guts spilling out.
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, especially if it does nothing to enhance the story.
I agree, Triumph Rat, and welcome, Triumph Rat. Gore, torture porn is weak. That's why there's a certain movie that I will never recommend anybody seeing, other than the fact that it's scarring. No. Saw has actually got a storyline. If you watch all the Saw movies, there's a storyline there that transfers through all the movies.
It goes all the way through. I agree.
And it's actually not as random as it looks if you only watch one movie. Being scared is better than being grossed out. Yes. Okay, so from Ray.
Yeah, well said.
For a second, when he said being scared is better, I didn't even finish reading it because I thought he was. I thought Triumph Rat was talking about the YouTuber.
If you could watch one film for the rest of your life of any genre, what would it be and why?
Oh, that's such a tough question. It's so hard to narrow it down to just one. Labyrinth, maybe? Because Labyrinth is just a fantastic movie. Yeah.
Fantasy horror.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Labyrinth.
I want to go with Lord of the Rings, but I also really love Jurassic Park, and then I also really love A Knight's Tale. I think I'd rather just die than have to choose one.
That's why I hate that favorites question.
Yeah, but my favorite movie is the Rocky Horror Picture Show. But I only watch it once a year because I don't ever want to get the least bit tired of it. So
yeah, that's
kind of the Rocky Horror Picture Show.
That's why I watch Lord of the Rings, the extended edition of Lord of the Rings once a year. I don't want to get tired of it, but because I love it.
True horror is what you don't see. As soon as you see something, you immediately become desensitized to it. Ray, that sounds like a quote from either Stephen King or Lovecraft. One thing about Lovecraft, he never actually pronounced the names of his creatures. So when we say Cthulhu, we may not be actually saying it right. And he never actually describes them. He gives you a undescribable description, if you want to go that way. There were tentacles. How many? Where were they put? You know, it's just he doesn't go into those
bunches,
details.
And they were in locations.
Yeah, he never had an actual illustration, even in your mind, from the words of what these creatures look like.
What's going on, Edge? Edge just stopped by. Said,
Edge.
Hey guys, lurking, stress driving. Just wanted to show some love.
Lovecraft, who he's ganked. HP Lovecraft.
Am I the only one that's just got a picture of like of Ray, just with his fingers on the keyboard, just ready to hammer out anything that he thinks he can miss quotas for. Because I got this picture of him sitting there just ready, just like the second he says,
yeah. I
he's ready, able, and willing.
Funny.
I like the quote, Ray. I do. True heart. You should put that on the back of one of your books.
I mean, he actually is.
With a smile on his face.
See, I see them sitting like my husband and I, where they're like 6 feet apart. Their desks are right next to each other, although he can't see my screen, I can't see his screen, but they can see what they're doing.
Ray's sitting there with a big smile on his face. He's ready, able, and willing.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I'm distracted. Paranormal State is on, and I haven't seen the show in forever. It's my favorite. Hey, go for it. You won't believe what I got caught up in yesterday.
What's that?
I just gotta say, Ray, that's not just that's not no ordinary tattoo. You cover it up. It eats away whatever you cover it up with, and it'll just come back the same the next day. There's no way of covering up property PA's tattoo. It's a supernatural tattoo.
And it has a barcode. Oh, you're laying in bed next to each other. Oh, that's even better.
Boom, chicka, wow,
wow. Yeah, I got stuck watching the old TV show, The Addams Family.
Oh, yeah, that was a good one. I was going to say, that gives a whole new meaning. They're laying in bed. That gives a whole new meaning to Ray being ready, willing, and able.
Yes, Ray, I will totally own that quote. Because I say it way too often.
Oh, that's great.
But I actually got to the point where I really understand how much I really love Gomez and Morticia as not only a couple showing love to each other, but also showing love to their children and raising their family, and then their extended family with Cousin It and Uncle Fester and Grandmama and, all of them. There's a lot there that is shown in a funny and horror setting, but it's almost like preaching to everybody, this is the way you're supposed to be.
Yeah,
hey, Char,
there's a moral to it as well.
Yeah. Hey, Char, you're not too late, buddy. It's only been going on for like 20 minutes.
Hey, Harry.
Hey, Charan.
Every time I think of Uncle Fester, that inappropriate images float to my life. Get over here and sit on Uncle Fester's lap. Come on, just sit on my lap.
Well, they had the episode where Uncle Fester got hair. And, yeah, that was funny. Especially when he lost his hair afterwards. Long enough to bring the gang back, HRN.
They need to make a new Michael Myers movie. And every time Michael kills someone, they need to have a character like, man, that guy got ganked.
Con Air.
And then as Michael's killing him, like, man, he ganked me too.
Yeah, but if you go back and you look at that first Michael Myers movie, and actually it carried on for several of the movies because they had the same producer. There wasn't a lot of blood shown. You see what happens. There's not a lot of blood shown, which is kind of cool. Their bucket is here.
The bucket is always here. The bucket is God. Worship the bucket.
The bucket is
all hail the mighty bucket of mighty cult of the bucket.
Oh, they're calling Gray Rainy again.
The bucket is life. The bucket is love.
The bucket is hopefully getting out of my bedroom so that once the roof is finished this week. Pray, pray, pray.
The bucket wants you to get your purty mouth over here.
Yeah, every time you say that, I think of the story Bucket of Blood. Every single time.
Michael Myers yeeted the blood right out of him.
Apparently, because it sure wasn't anywhere that that you could see it.
Michael Myers was like, eat Skeet McGeet blood.
Yeah. You created a monster with those 2 words.
Oh yeah, he did. Good grief. We
Or,
some.
like, how do you know I'm not the monster and Ray's just feeding me?
I think it's a combination of the 2. It's a symbiotic relationship.
Yeah.
Y'all can't see it, but I don't know if you can hear this. Did you hear that?
I heard
No.
a click.
Okay, that was actually my hand face palming my face. Thank you, PA.
Oh.
What was that?
PA, please say that
What?
again.
Yeet Skeet McGeet.
I am but what they made me. That's true, Ray. You're a product of your society and your environment.
yeah,
I can't blame you.
Yeah, but yes, Jelly Bean, the blood. Michael Myers like, yeet Skeet McGeet blood.
Well, I mean, you look at some of the older horror movies, it's the same way. I mean, you knew that Dracula was drinking blood, but you didn't see that much of it.
You mean that wasn't just a cherry flavored juice box?
Well, actually, in some of the movies, it was chocolate syrup, but we won't get into that.
I just always figured I just always figured the fluid that was flowing through our veins was just cherry juice, or maybe fruit punch.
It looks like you killed Jelly Bean. So now I'll resurrect her, and she's in mine.
And I'm no, I will resurrect her, and she will be mine. But I will have to kill Ray too, just so I can resurrect him, and they can be resurrected together. Can't split them 2 up.
So,
Especially not on their anniversary.
no, not on their anniversary. So, Furberries, I actually have to thank you
Oh?
for being with us today,
Excuse me.
because it was last minute, and we almost didn't have a show.
That's totally okay. I'm happy to do it.
But thank you so much for coming and being with us.
No problem.
Again, people, if you have not gone to Furberries' channel, what are you waiting for? First of all, why haven't you done it?
Why do you hate yourselves?
It's up there in the pin. Yeah, why do you hate yourself? Why do you want to hurt yourself so much? And there you go. It's now in the channel again. Yay, you're subbed. Thank you so much for coming. Oh, Ray, that's not even... See, if it's... I'm not even going to help him on that one. I'm not going to help him on that one.
Yeah, you're best just to let that one slide, I think.
Yeah. Wait, what did he say?
It wasn't what he said. It was what I said that he wrote. That, yeah.
And he misquoted.
I've given Ray so many shots, especially when I said, "Come over here and sit on Uncle Fester's lap. Come on, get right on my lap."
But
I've given Ray so many things, and he's just not taking the bait.
I must be a target today. I mean, he let me. He usually leaves me
so,
alone.
Yeah.
Although I'm expecting him to hit me with that last thing that I just said.
He did. He got you.
I've given Ray so many shots. PA Nightmares 2021.
That's what I was saying. I said I've given him so much shot. He didn't take the bait. I was expecting him to say, and he didn't take the bait. That one came out of my mouth, and I was just like, he's gonna get me with that one.
That's savage, Ray. Good for you.
What kind of... I want to say creatures, but that's not really what I want to use. What kind of horror antagonists are your favorite?
I'm gonna have to go with the supernatural kind.
So like ghosts or
Ghosts
vampires.
and demons and things like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that leads
I
to
like the
vampire.
ones that are funny.
That
What's
goes
that,
to
PA?
So I like the ones that are that like kind of like the Freddy Kruegers where they're just smart asses the entire time.
Yeah.
Hi, Mandy.
Yeah.
Mandy hit a big
Mandy!
Hey, Mandy.
Mandy hit a big wonderful point this week. So
Did she? What did she hit?
10,000?
10K on Twitter.
Oh wow. Good for you, Mandy.
So yeah.
It's all them spicy memes.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is. It's the pumpkin butt plug memes.
It's just because Mandy's so sweet.
Pumpkin butt plug.
Somebody get
Some of
me
my
a
favorite
pumpkin
memes from Mandy were the
spice
ones where it's
shake.
like. Some of my favorite memes from Mandy were the ones where she's like, they asked me to carve a pumpkin. I'm no longer allowed to be in the pumpkin carving contest. And it was like somebody holding their ass cheeks or some shit.
Dude, I screenshotted that one. I thought it was so funny.
That one was straight comedy gold.
Yeah,
Actually-
I screenshotted that one.
Filia isn't with us today. Guys, just I can't tell you what's going on. Because it's personal to her. If she wants to tell everybody, she can. But just give her your positive energy and your prayers if you pray, because she needs it right now. She's got a lot of stuff going on, and not a lot of it's good.
The bucket cult will send her prayers.
Yeah. If you had to choose between saying gank or yeet for the rest of your life, what would it be? Damn it, Ray.
I'd have to go with gank because gank is a gamer term a
Yeah.
lot of the time. So
Yeah,
and
me
I play a
too.
lot of games.
I'd have to go with yeet because I couldn't go yeet skeet McGee blood.
That's true. You couldn't.
Yeah, I think I'd go with gank. I really do. For the same reason.
I can't believe anyone else took that question seriously. Sorry, what?
For the same reason you have it. Because I'm a gamer and I've been ganked and I have ganked people. So.
Yes.
I'll gank you real good.
Mm-hmm. Gank is
I
like,
love just being able to draw it out like that. I'll gank you real good.
Jellybean wants to know if I actually have a purple teddy bear. No, I don't. I wish I did. I've looked at things on like Makeship, and I'd like to have something like that made, but you have to have so many ordered in order for them to actually do the production run, and I just know that I wouldn't sell enough to make it worthwhile. So
I'd buy
one
it.
day when I have the fan base.
I'd buy
Oh,
it
that's
if
sweet.
I had the
Thank
money.
you.
Yeah, we need to get him one. He needs to get one, at least for him.
I
We
do
need to
need
find
to
a
get
place.
one. I know.
We need to find.
If anybody
a place.
comes across a purple teddy bear, let me know.
I'm sure I could go to a Build-A-Bear workshop and make one.
Probably.
Uh-huh.
Be really badass if I could go to a Build-A-Bear. It'd be really cool if I could go to a Build-A-Bear workshop and build like one, but over like an animatronic, like freaking exoskeleton, so it actually moves and the mouth moves and everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be scary.
And expensive as hell, I guarantee.
Expensive as hell, yeah, I'm sure.
I'm gonna jump her question.
You're gonna jump her bones? What?
I'm gonna jump her question. I'm gonna grab her question before she asks it. If you're alone in your house
I saw that one coming.
and you hear a fart, would you be scared or would you laugh?
I agree with what Danny said when she got asked that question. You know, oh, ghost, and then no, wait, a ghost.
So, ghost fart. Retro ghost fart.
Yeah.
I got jelly bean. I got jelly bean.
How dare you steal Jelly Bean's question right before she's about to ask it on her anniversary? You should be ashamed of yourself.
Yeah. Jelly, ask it again. I'll give a different answer.
I love Jelly's answer. She says she's giggle because she laughs at farts.
Everybody laughs. Farts are never not funny, even when they're supernatural.
Did that ghost just gank?
Dadgummit, that ghost just farted and now I'm ganked.
Okay. Corpses have gas too, just letting you guys know.
By the way, I can only imagine that if a ghost would fart, it wouldn't be like just this cute little, and then you just it kind of stinks a little. Now that shit would smell like death, and it would clear. It would clear a room. Everybody would yeet the fuck out of that room.
You've seen the
Yeah.
cartoons with the fart that turns everything green.
Yeah, that like Casper the Friendly Ghost kind of cartoons. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Or Scooby-Doo.
Real Reggie.
Speaking of Scooby-Doo, last Sunday was my granddaughter's birthday party. And for her birthday, she got Scooby-Doo dressed up as a vampire.
Nice.
Nice.
Well, but wait, isn't that counterproductive? Because wouldn't Scooby-Doo then look in the mirror, see his own reflection, and then scare himself?
Probably, but you know what? That actually was one of the episodes. and we got that at Cracker Barrel if anybody's looking for it. It's a plushie. But she saw it and her mom says you can only have one thing, and she says okay, and she went away from it. No, not Shaggy. Scooby. I'll have to get a picture of it. I've got one around here somewhere, I'm sure. I'll go with Yeet. Is Shaggy a stoner?
I think that goes without saying.
Yeah, I don't think we have to actually ask that question. I think that's a yes. And don't worry about
Yes. As a stoner, I can tell you that Shaggy is 100% a stoner.
it. Yeah, he's always hungry. His dog speaks to him, and he eats Scooby snacks, which actually are pretty good. So it's got to be the drugs, right? I have never done drugs, but I have had a Scooby snack, and they actually are pretty good. Just saying.
Never had Scooby snacks, but I've done a lot of drugs.
Well, I've had Scooby snacks, and I've never done any drugs, so yeah. Yeah, he could have an overactive metabolism, but it doesn't help that when he opens the door to the van, smoke comes out. You know.
That's true.
And it's not
I
even
never
his,
inhaled.
It's never even really his van. That's Daphne's van, believe it or not.
Lady Nobingham would like to know what exactly is a Scooby snack.
Okay, know what a milk bone is? Scooby snacks are like milk bones, but they're actually cookies, and humans or dogs can eat them. But yes, Mandy, Scooby snacks are great. I couldn't convince my kids of that, though. Wonder if I can get my granddaughter to eat them. Probably.
We have dough in the freezer that is dog biscuits that people could eat too if you really wanted to.
Yeah. Cinnamon grams. And they're real crunchy. And yeah. I don't know that they would actually clean their teeth, though. No, because milk bones were supposed to clean the dog's teeth, right?
Right, yeah.
I don't think that the Scooby snacks would do that. I don't know if they have Scooby snacks in Canada.
I didn't know you were
Canadian.
Canadian, Lady Nopingham, so am I.
Do they have Scooby Snacks in Canada?
I've never seen them.
Well, they did have a Scooby Snacks cereal for a while, my husband says. Okay, here's a good question. And I hate these questions, so yeah. What's your favorite twist movie and why? Spoilers.
Yeah, I'm not good with those questions either. I have trouble narrowing things down to my favorite. Yeah, sorry, Ray. I don't have a good answer for that question. Nothing is springing to mind as being my favorite at the moment.
I think one of my
Yeah,
and this would be one
the
of my
Sixth Sense
favorite.
when you.
Yeah, when you realize he's bald all along, yeah. I think one of my favorite book called Worms, and this girl is trying to defeat this alien creature that is on her world, and she's fighting him and at the end of the story you find out that she's actually destined to become the worm's mate, and that they're actually having a bond call to each other, trying to bring them together.
Mhm.
Yeah, that was a good twist, and it shocked me completely. I love that book.
The last story I read, or not the last story I read because that was Jellies, but the one before that, Beware of Dog, I thought had a really good twist in it. And again, spoilers if you haven't watched it, I'm sorry, but it's about two people who break onto a property with a Beware of Dog sign on it, and the dog turns out to be a naked human man. And I thought that was a really interesting twist.
That is a good twist. Have you ever woke yourself up from a sleep with a fart?
Yes, in fact, when I was quite young, my brother and I had bunk beds, and my mother was putting laundry away in her room one night, and I woke myself up with a fart. Not only that, but I woke up my little brother with the same said fart, who then announced, "Oh, cool." So, yes,
Okay.
I have woken myself up with a fart.
My husband woke me up with several this week, so
Just this week, even.
just this week even. Yes, it was. They
High
were
five,
epic.
Jelly.
They were epic farts. He says they don't call me Angus for nothing. Ooh. High five. High five to you too. So I brought this up earlier. The movie Apartment 12 or 212. It seems like the story is one thing, and as you go through the story, it's an abused wife who is escaping her husband, who happens to be a cop. And she's moving into an apartment away from him and trying to get a job on her own and so forth. And so that's the underlying story. Her next door and downstairs neighbor dies. And she rescues a quote-unquote jewelry box from the items going to the trash, because the woman had no family. And she puts it in her house, and she puts a little flower in the hand of the creature on top of it, which looks like a fairy cross gremlin creature. And she puts a note and says, "I'm sorry, I didn't know you that well," and so forth, and puts it in there. Sort of as a token to remembrance of this woman that lived next to her.
Right.
Well, the creature on the top of the jewelry box is not at night. It likes to come alive, and it likes to eat anything that is breathing in the walls of the apartment or house that it's in.
I hate when that happens.
And she slowly finds out about it, And when she figures it out and everything, and she starts making changes, you have to catch him by looking at him. So she sets up mirrors so she can catch him by looking at him and grab him without moving her head. And then she does a very karma-inducing thing to her ex-husband. And yeah, it gives me chills, mostly because of the situation that she's in, because I've been there, done that. Not the exact same situation, but I have an ex-husband that was not very kind, and so it gets me on that level more than the creature biting her.
So I finally remembered. I finally thought of a movie that's good. It's a good answer to Ray's question. And it's called 1BR, like one bedroom. And it's about this girl who moves into this like apartment complex, and like everybody's super friendly. It's like a nice little tight knit community. And then it turns out that they're like once you move in, they indoctrinate you, they torture you, and you join the cult. But it's an actual cult. Then at the end of the movie, the very end, she escapes, and you find out that it's not just like this complex, like that, like the cult has like bought out the entire city that they're in, and that was like the twist. And I'm like, that is brilliant. I fucking love that.
Wow. Okay, who would win the fight? Nick Fury, but he has 2 eye patches, or Iron Man, but his suit is made of aluminum, technically making him the Aluminum Man.
I'm gonna go with Aluminum Man.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Aluminum Man.
Because at least he can see.
Right. Although Nick Fury was trained as an assassin, he might not need his eyes to see.
Maybe.
What is your favorite horror game and why? 7 Days to Die.
Dead Space.
Mine is a toss-up between BioShock and The Last of Us.
That was a great game. Both of those were great games, but The Last of Us was amazing.
I actually kind of like, what is the name of that? Fear. I've played
that was another good one.
All 3 Fears.
Dead Space was really good too, Ray.
Dead Space,
Dead Space will always be my favorite, because that game just, like, there were certain times when you were playing it and you felt like you were actually like the character. You are isolated. There was no help around. And I'm like, man, they did a great game with it. They did a great job designing this game. And like the jump scares were like well timed and properly used. And it wasn't just like an abundance of them.
Yeah, I agree.
There's another one that I can't remember the name of that really enjoyed. But Fear is my, when I'm sick and I don't feel like being online and I don't feel like doing anything but sitting in a chair, pushing a mouse or pushing a keyboard, because most of the directions are keyboards. Fear is that game for me. My kids used to come in, are you playing that again? How many times have you beat that? Leave me alone. Leave me alone.
I've played Fear through a few times too, yeah.
It's just, it's enough to keep you occupied and entranced with it.
Yeah.
So
Ray says can't go wrong with replaythroughs. That's absolutely true.
Right.
I don't know how many times I've played through BioShock.
I know Dead Space has taught me one thing in life. Even if it's on the ground and it looks dead, shoot it anyways.
Double tap.
Yeah. Good old double tap.
We've talked about that.
I remember the first time I was playing that game, and I walked by one of them, and it just like popped up behind me and scared the holy shit out of me. From then on, I'm like, well, I'm just gonna make sure you're no longer breathing-ish, whatever you alien scum do. And I like that game because it wasn't just like a headshot and you killed them. You know, you had to take off their freaking limbs to kill them.
Jacksepticeye Visage. Visage was a good game. And Bray says, yeah, so it's fully furnished and the rent's reasonable and you just have to join our cult. Oh, there's parking available.
Is
Yeah.
is this
Oh,
is
this-
this the call to the bucket?
The Suffering as well was a very good horror game.
Mm.
Oh,
If
that's the
anybody
one with the
remembers
prison,
that
right?
one. Yes, sir.
Is it called the
Fucking love that
forest?
game.
That was great. Yeah.
Is it the forest?
No, it's called
The
the
Forest.
Suffering.
No, there's
yeah,
another
the
one.
Suffering.
There's one called
I've never-
Forest.
There's a game called The Forest. I've never played it though.
Yeah, that one. That one's
The
pinging in my
Birdman
brain.
loves it.
Yeah, well, he dies. Silent Hill. Yes! Silent Hill. They need to make a horror game called The Fart.
It suffocates you.
Yeah, they're making a new Resident Evil movie.
And actually, I'm a little bit excited for it because it actually follows
Yeah, it's supposed
Joe
to follow.
Valentine and
It's actually supposed to follow game mechanics and characters, which
so I'm actually really excited for that. Won't lie.
Sorry, I'm just laughing at Ray.
stuff
The
leading
Forest
up
is left
to.
about horror.
Yeah. Yeah, the new one is more about the virus escape.
Mhm.
Fart horror game. You die in a Dutch oven.
Fart horror game. You die when the ghost farts in your face. Jelly Bean's new favorite game.
There's another. Oh, no, that wasn't. It wasn't Blair Witch, was it? Friday the 13th? No. Oh, and don't look up funny playthroughs on Friday the 13th. The
Don't
game.
look it up or look it up.
Don't look it up. I lost 8 hours when I looked it up.
Ah. Well, I know what I'm going to be doing at work one of these days.
I lost 8 hours. And I know I didn't see all of them, but I had to pull myself away from it. Yeah. It yeeted.
Very addictive, was it?
It was very addictive. And I wasn't playing the game. I'm just watching these
Yeah.
guys screw it up. And it was funny. It was really funny watching them. I think there's a Death Till Dawn. There's a carry on in Death Till Dawn for that. Dead Till Dawn, Dawn Till Dead, whatever. That drive
I
isn't
don't know.
working on my computer right now, so I'm just, I'm not happy. Oh, PA.
Yeah.
You were wrong.
What was I wrong about?
Jennifer Aniston was in the first Leprechaun. She was not in the
Yeah,
second.
she sure was.
I never
Yeah,
said
no,
she was in the
she-
second one. I said she was in the first one.
I said she was in the first one, and somebody told me she was in. Somebody was like, "No, she's not. She's in the second one." I went and watched both of them this week.
definitely the first
No,
one.
She
no,
was
that
in the
wasn't
first
me.
one.
That she was only in the first one.
Yeah, she was in the first one, and she was not in the
I
second
loved
one.
that movie.
I think they changed
That was one of
leprechauns
my
between them. I'm not the actor. I think the actor was still Warwick Davis, but I think the
I know we had a
actual
conversation.
leprechaun was a different one.
Oh God, I know we had a conversation the other day about somebody saying that Chucky didn't do the voices for the same actor didn't do Chucky's voice for the majority of the movies, which then I just pulled up the filmography. I'm like, he was in this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one. He pretty much was on. The dude who played Chucky pretty much was did the voice for every single Chucky movie.
He's doing the voice for the show as well.
Yeah.
The show, watching the show on YouTube because unedited is freaking entertaining as hell.
Just don't let my granddaughter find the links. My daughter is having a fit because my granddaughter is watching FNF,
Oh yeah.
and she doesn't want her watching that. And I'm like, okay, she is really technically too young to be watching Five Nights at Freddy's. But you can't give a child a device that can connect to the internet and then leave them alone and not watch what they're doing.
Yeah, exactly.
I always told my niece whenever she was watching stuff on the internet, I said, look, if you get anything you're not supposed to watch and you have nightmares, that's on you. Don't wake me up in the middle of the night.
Well, I typically sit next to her or behind her and we're watching the same thing together.
Oh, usually I was sitting with her, but she would take it whenever we were here. She would go lay down for a nap, and she would take the tablet or whatnot with her into the room to sleep. Mm-hmm. And I just always remind her, I'm like, listen, when I'm not watching you, if you do something, you watch something that's scary, and you have a nightmare, don't be waking me up. That was on you. You know the rules.
Well, that brings up another question. And Furberries, I think you have kids, right? How old is too young to have, say, a cell phone or a tablet?
I think my daughter got her first cell phone when she was 13. Maybe 14. But I think she was 13. I think before 13 it's too young.
Hello, little dark little voices. I was going to say little dark voices, but that's not the name. My granddaughter has had she had a tablet at 18 months old.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And
hey, DLV.
She broke it. She's 18 months old. But there was a game on there, I think it's called Smash. We put it on there for her. You have little ants that are crawling across the screen, and you hit the ants, and they smash. And the game is to how many ants can you catch crawling across the screen.
Oh, yeah, I remember that game.
And she loved that game. So she'd sit there and she'd be smashing ants at 18 months old. I don't see a problem with that.
No, that's one thing. That's that's entirely different.
Just remember, serial killer starts out by killing smaller things before they work up to the big game, okay? Just remember that.
Sorry, Jelly wants to know how old my kids are. They are 10, 11, and 16.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
I was wondering if you said 10, 11, and 12, I was gonna laugh.
I'm sorry.
No, my boys are Irish twins though. So for 6 days every year, they're the same age between December 24th and December 30th. This year they'll both be 11.
I have a cousin who was born 364 days before me.
Oh, really?
Mm-hmm. I was born on the 17th. She was born on the 18th.
Nice.
She was born the year before me. So for one day.
Yeah, you're the same age.
Yeah, well, I don't have a problem with being strict. I don't think that kids should be ultra shielded. I think there are things
I don't either.
that they should not be exposed to at certain ages. That sounds like I do, but I don't. Does that make sense?
Look,
yeah,
I'll let my nieces watch certain movies. Like my 7-year-old and 9, she's 9 now almost. My 9-year-old niece, I'd let her watch Jurassic Park with me. PG-13, but I'd let her watch Jurassic Park with me. I'm not gonna let her watch Annabelle.
My granddaughter doesn't even want to watch Annabelle. Now, Coraline, I don't know if y'all have ever seen Coraline. Coraline,
oh yes,
is actually a story that is done by a famous horror author. And they did a movie of it. And my granddaughter, I swear, every time she came over for like a year, we had to watch Coraline. Or we had to watch the Jack and his Cuckoo Clock Heart. There was another one. Oh, and the series about the kids of the fairy tales, the evil fairy tales. Yeah, that's another one that she liked. I can't even remember the name of it. I mean, I got her Cinderella, and she'd rather watch Coraline. Yeah, Coraline is great. I love it. It's a great story, and it actually teaches a lesson again. But I'm not going to have her watching Saw at 7 years old.
Right.
I don't think she's
Yeah, that's a bit
capable of
much.
understanding that. I'm not going to have her watch any version of The Fly. Last Man on Earth.
Yeah.
Because I don't think she's old enough to understand the nuances of that. Now, she bits and pieces of Return of the Living Dead. When I say, they're coming to get you, Barbara, she knows exactly what I'm talking about. But she's never seen the whole movie, so she doesn't understand the whole thing. But she knows little quotes from it.
No. If Regan turned like 13, she was, Uncle, I want to watch insert random horror movie here. And I'm like, you sure? Yeah. All right, if you have nightmares, this is on you, not on me. Just remember that.
Or what if it's Sorority? Sorority Row? Have you seen that one?
If my niece wants to watch a horror movie, we're gonna start her off on something good.
Yeah, not Sorority Row.
Actually, she goes, I want to watch a horror movie. You know what I'm gonna turn on for? Evil Dead.
That'll work.
The original?
The original. The remake wasn't that bad, but I lean toward the original.
It wasn't the original.
Dude,
Yeah.
the TV show they brought out, Ash versus the Evil Dead,
I
is
love
comedy
it.
gold.
Yeah, I agree.
I could not stop watching that
I
movie.
wish they'd made more
or
of
that
it.
TV show. I do too. I wish they'd
Yeah.
made another season.
Right? It was just too good. But yeah, I would start off with something like that, and then we'd work our way to the slashers, and then we'd work our way to the more paranormal stuff. But I have enough horror movies that I could keep that kid entertained for years before she hits the stuff that would actually scar her. And by then she'd be like 19, 20, and I'm like, all right, you watch anything you want.
Yeah.
You gotta desensitize them early.
Well,
I started
think
watching
they need
Child's Play and Children of the Corn when I was 5 years old.
But I think you need to understand. I think the child needs to have the maturity to understand what's going on. I don't think you can actually put a general age on that because each child
Yeah,
is
that's
different.
true.
I saw Freddy Krueger when it first came on VHS, calling my age again, at my girlfriend's 16-year-old birthday party. It was the first.
Freddy Krueger was my personal demon as a child.
Freddy Krueger and I went through my high school and beat up the bullies and people that bothered me.
They yeeted the bullies.
I had my own glove.
She ganked the bullies. Nice.
Yes, we ganked the bullies, and this was all in my dreams. So, but yeah, it was the first girl-boy birthday party that I went to, not had, but went to, and we watched in the living room. We watched Nightmare on Elm Street, the original, and from then on, I was hooked on Freddy.
Excellent.
As a kid, we had hooked on phonics. As a kid, Mia had hooked on Freddy.
Yep. Well, I went from hooked on Dracula to hooked on Freddy. I mean,
Come on, you know that was a good joke, Mia.
I laughed. Like I said, I went from hooked on Dracula to hooked on Freddy.
Wait, were you hooked on Dracula, or was Dracula hooked on you? I want to suck your blood.
I don't drink wine.
I just want to hear someone go look at a vampire. Go, would you like some wine with your cheese?
No, I don't drink wine. Yeah, Bela Lugosi was my hero.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've never watched the old like black and white Dracula and Frankenstein because I can't do black and white. It bores me. And I'm not saying it's bad, but with my ADHD, like black and white, just does not hold my attention.
What's your question, Nightmare's Edge?
Yeah, Edge, what's your question? Give it to us, homie.
Why
you know
hate
why.
me, bro? Why you hate
You know
me,
what
bro?
you did. You know what you did.
Uh-oh. You know what you did. And you know why.
Oh no, what did he do, Fur? What did he do?
That's what I'm wondering. Spill the tea, man.
He knows. He knows. That's all that matters.
I think for me though, PA, the thing that gets me the most is Bela Lugosi could not read or speak English when he made the Dracula movie.
Oh damn.
So he learned his lines, memorized his lines phonetically. And later he did learn English. So that makes it more impressive to me.
Yeah, I agree. That is impressive.
Yes, the man had
Yeah, it
problems
really
in his later life, and he went through a personal hell. But you know, he left a country where he was a war hero and seen as a figure of great importance to America, where he was just another face in the street. And one that couldn't even speak English at the time. So I can see him having problems to adjust. That's a lot to change. You go from where you're revered and everything to where nobody knows you and nobody cares. For the same reason Edge isn't allowed to have cake in the break room. Edge.
Because the darn bear eats it all. I think he just called me fat.
I think he did.
Is this why you hate him? Because he calls you fat?
So,
do I gotta bring Edge onto the show so you guys can air out your beef publicly?
Oh, that'd be fun.
Either you die a hero or live long enough to see yourself become the villain. That's a good quote too, Beeman.
Are you a villain that's just pretending to be a hero and you just outlive everyone?
I had to write a story, and I don't think I've done it on my channel yet, but I had to write a story about someone who did something that went against everything they believed. And it was paranormal horror, Furberries.
Yeah.
Yeah. It had to do with crossroads demons.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, this is good. I have to do that. No, Crowley's not in it.
Well then, it's not a good story because Crowley has to be in it to make it a good story. If it's got the crossroads demons, dang
Crowley
it.
wasn't one of the original crossroads demons. Get over it.
Crowley is the only crossroads demon. He is the king of the crossroads.
Bears aren't fat; they're moderately healthy, and by moderately healthy, I mean more cushion.
More cushion
Bear
for the
things.
pushing.
More cushion for bear things.
For bear things. Whoa. Yeah.
I'll show you some bear things, Edge.
Uh-oh.
Bend over, big boy.
Sounds like fighting words to me.
Sounds like Deliverance, Bear Edition.
Bum, ba-da-dum, bum, 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 bum.
You got a real purty mouth, boy. Mm-hmm.
You know, I was in my 30s before I ever saw that movie, and I had been quoting that movie since I was 16.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen it, and I'm in my late 30s now, and I'm still quoting it.
Like I've never seen Jaws, and I quote it. Dum, dum,
You
dum,
never
dum,
seen
dum,
Jaws?
Dum. Nope.
Oh, that hurts me.
I was a child in the 70s, and my parents wouldn't let me watch it, and I just never have had the desire to watch it.
One of my very earliest memories is being like 3 years old and watching Jaws with my grandfather super late at night while we
fucking
ate
love Jaws.
fudge.
See, you're watching Jaws. I'm watching Peter Cushing, Bela Lugosi, Christopher Lee, Vincent Price. I'm watching the old horror.
I love Vincent Price. I
Sir,
love Vincent Price.
Christopher Lee.
I love Vincent Price. I love Christopher Lee. I
Sir
love
Christopher Lee. Dang
Yes,
it.
Sir.
Give him his
Christopher Lee.
proper title.
Like I said, Christopher. Yes, Hammer Horror. I was watching Hammer Horror and the Universal Monsters, and yeah, before I'd never seen Jaws. But then again, my mom was from Miami, so maybe there was something there. I don't know.
Maybe.
Jaws taught
That
me
hurts
that
saying that you've never seen Jaws, though. You
Mom
really should
would
give that
truly
a watch.
teach me. I may give it a watch. I remember my son came in at 19 and was like, "Mom, how could you not let us watch Die Hard?" And I said,
How did
I have never watched.
freaking Christmas movie?
I have never watched Die Hard. So why would I let you watch something that I've never watched?
Yeah.
And he goes, "You've never seen the Die Hard movies?" Well, no. And he shut up right then and there. He walked out of the room. You need a bigger boat, yeah. You need a bigger boat.
Yes. We need a bigger boat.
And
Literally
we need a
like the
bigger
best line in
box.
that. Oh. So I'll tell you my favorite scene in Jaws and Furrow. No, the second I say it, when they're all drunk on in the boat and they start to sing. You remember that scene?
Oh, yeah. Show
Yeah,
me
that-
the way to go home.
Oh. Yeah, that I was like
Tired.
literally my favorite
And
part
I
of
wanna go to
Jaws.
bed. Yeah, I love that scene.
Just the first. The
So I
others
learned
just
a fun fact about Jaws.
The others just need
What's that?
another. Just the first. The others are just another movie that needs better actors, like Sharknado. Because I've seen Sharknadoes.
No, Sharknado just needs to never be made ever, like for any reason.
And
Yeah, I
I'm gonna make Sabian upset, but Human Centipede go away too. All of them.
I'd be okay with that. I'd be good with that too. Yep.
I still
That's
can't
what-
believe I sat there and watched that.
I couldn't get through it.
I couldn't turn it off. It
But,
was like I was frozen watching
Yeah, it's like a train wreck. You don't want to look away, but you don't want to look, but you can't look away.
it. Uh-huh. That's exactly how I felt. And then
Yeah.
I'm like, when it's over, I'm like, what the hell did I just watch?
Yeah, no, I couldn't even finish it. I was so fucking thoroughly disgusted.
You know, there were, is it 3 or 4 of them now?
I don't know. It's too many, I'll tell you that much.
One
Yeah.
was too many.
I think there's 3 of them. That's just the last time I typed in human centipede on Google. It came with 3 of them, but that's just 3 too many, and I've never seen any of them.
And
I just know that's
Sabian
3
likes
too
them.
many.
Sabian likes them.
That's okay, nobody's perfect.
Yeah, I just can't. Now there's is it called Eat or Bite? There's a movie called Eat or Bite that's about an actress that she can't afford food, so she has a nervous habit of chewing on her fingers, and she ends up
Oh, yeah.
starting to eat them, and her feet and other
Ugh.
parts of her body, and basically she's cannibalizing herself. It was
That's
actually,
interesting.
in my book, it was actually a better movie than any of the Human Centipede movies. And it was a B-root movie. It was a B movie.
Well, because nobody's shitting in anybody else's mouth in that one.
Yeah, well, this is true. But she was, and I have problems with touching my feet. That's one of my things. It's touching feet. And I watched her chew on her toes. You know,
Made you a little uncomfortable, did it?
it made me very uncomfortable. But that's part of horror. That's what horror should do. It should make you uncomfortable.
Yeah, should produce a visceral reaction. I agree.
It should make you want to look away, but then you look back because you really want to see what they're doing.
Yeah.
I know every time I watch somebody get their throat slit, and it's not even it's not even like I don't mean to do it. It's just a subconscious action. But every time I watch somebody, I know they're about to get their throat slit. My hands just slowly crawl up to my throat, and I just hold them there, like, not me, bitch, not me.
My thing on that is I'm watching to see if they do it right. Does that sound bad? Because if you look at the way that
Only if you don't want to sound like a serial killer. I mean,
the way that yeah, it does sound really bad, doesn't
But
it?
I am a serial killer. What?
When somebody slits your throat, there, depending on how they do it, there's a certain way that the blood comes out, and a lot of movie magic doesn't do it right. Just saying. I've watched too much true crime.
fair enough.
Every time I watch someone get their throat slit. PA Nightmare 2021.
That's what you quote me with, huh, Ray?
He's probably got one from me from that conversation too. Hey, if you could have 5 horror characters, writers, anybody from the horror genre, living or dead, or fiction, doesn't have to be a real person or being, over for lunch, who would you have?
Let's start with Wes Craven because, like I said, Freddy Krueger was my
yes.
personal demon as a child, so I'd like to have him, and then of course Freddy as well. Chucky would be another one because Chucky scared the ever-living shit out of me as a child.
Chucky just made me uncomfortable. It didn't really scare me. I don't know why.
I was pretty young yet when Chucky came out. Let me see, who else? I think it would be cool to talk to Lovecraft, just because like his work has survived so long with such popularity.
Okay, that's 4.
And Clive Barker.
Ooh, yeah. Good choices. Good choices.
Thank you.
I would have to invite Gizmo because Gizmo's cute and I want a Mogwai.
I want a Mogwai so bad.
Does that count as horror?
Yes. Gremlins
Okay.
was a horror movie.
Does that count as horror? Okay.
Yeah.
Apparently, Jurassic Park counts as horror.
There are a lot of movies that you can find horror elements in that don't
That's true.
actually typically are not seen as horror.
I just want a pet velociraptor.
We saw Jurassic Park in the theater when I was a kid, and my little brother at the part where the raptors are chasing the kids, like in the kitchen and stuff. My little brother got so scared he turned the popcorn bag over his head.
Oh, that's a good story.
He didn't want to watch, so he turned the popcorn bag over his head.
BA, did you know that there is a movie called Velociraptor? I think I lost him. I think he went to go find it.
Yeah, did we lose PA?
No, I'm here. Sorry. No, I did not know that.
Yeah, there's a movie. I didn't watch it, but I know there's a movie. I found it this week. There's also a movie that I didn't really want to watch. Now, I don't have a problem watching autopsies. I don't have a problem watching embalming or anything like that. Just don't make me look at the needle. And
Have you had to watch these things?
There was a show called Autopsy that was on when I was a teenager, and I kind of had to sneak to watch it, but I watched it.
Oh, okay.
And there was a movie. It's a German movie, and I can't remember the name of it. I've only found it like 5 or 6 times, not recently, but this is in the past, that they actually go into where they did autopsies on living beings without knowing that they were doing them on living beings.
Oh, fun.
So, but I can watch this. This is not a problem for me, okay? But this story that I saw, it's basically kind of Faustian.
Mm-hmm.
It's called The Antidote. And the tagline was something like, immortality has a price. And basically this woman has her appendix explode inside her. Now, anybody that knows anything about appendicitis knows that if they don't open you up immediately and clean you out, you're dead.
Yeah.
Okay, there's no coming back from that. My dad was lucky when they took his appendix out, they put it in the container tray, whatever you want to call it, and it exploded there when they set it down.
That's lucky.
So he was very lucky. But she has appendicitis. She doesn't know it. They get her to the hospital and they say that your appendix is just ruptured. We're taking you into surgery. I'm not going to ruin it, but she ends up in another hospital-like environment. It is a B-rate movie because they told one of the trivia lines is that they used the same hallway through the whole movie. They just changed the angle and the signs so that they could.
Oh, yeah.
It looked like the place was much bigger than it was. But they didn't have the money for anything bigger. And she interacts with other people there, and one of them ends up she realizes is her dead ex-boyfriend from 10 years ago. He's been dead 10 years. And it goes into why he died and how he died and everything else, and that goes in with everybody there. There's a girl there that they continually burn her to ashes, and the next day she's back to normal. They punish them from trying to escape by cutting their legs off, and the next day their legs are healing and they can walk again. So it's this type of thing, and it, like I said, it's Faustian, if you know Faust. And she picks up on that, and so does some of the others, and she ends up escaping at the end of the movie thanks to her ex-boyfriend. But it's not a total escape because of what happens at the beginning of the movie. I'm not telling the whole story, but it was. I normally wouldn't watch that type of movie because from the picture that they showed of the movie, it was just another Mad Doctor movie. And once you send Reanimator, I mean, there's not much else you can go for Mad Doctors. I mean, you have Frankenstein. You got all of them have been a archetyped. But this was a different one. The Mad Doctor had actually killed somebody, and he was being punished along with them. It was his quote-unquote patients. So it was a different story. It was really interesting.
Goldblum.
Sounds
That's always Jeff Goldblum.
Oh,
Sorry,
yeah.
I looked at the chat.
Jeff Goldblum. I love Jeff Goldblum. I really do.
His best movie, and You Can Fight Me, he's in his Independence Day.
Not seen it.
Oh, Mia.
I loved him in The
That's
Fly.
as bad as not seeing Jaws.
I loved him in The Fly, even though I liked the original Fly better. Don't start with me.
Okay, I can forgive you for not seeing a lot of movies, but Independence Day is one of the greatest movies to ever exist for any reason at all.
I've not seen it. Furberries, have you ever had any paranormal experiences?
I have. I've had a few. you could say. Let's
Okay.
see, there was one time when I was living at my aunt's house, and the way the bedrooms worked was like her room was right across from her kids' room at the end of a long hallway. So she was cleaning her kids' room, and she sent me to go get her a drink, and I went and got it. And as I came back around the corner, I saw her step from the kids' room into her own room. So I walked into her room and started talking to her, and of course there was nobody there. And she was sitting behind me in the doorway going, well, what the fuck are you doing? But I very distinctly saw somebody walk across the hallway as I came around the corner.
Wow.
Let's see. I know it sounds stereotypical, but in the house I'm in now, I've had like the ball roll out of my dark basement at me. What else has happened? Oh, standing at the top of my basement stairs and I felt something grab my ankle and pull.
Hey. That's
Things
scary.
like that.
So, question comes up. Have you ever written any of the stories that you've read, told?
Just one. Just one. There is one story on my channel that I've narrated that I wrote myself, yes.
Okay.
It's help. I'm trapped in my apartment and I can't remember what number it is. Give me a second, I'll tell you.
Yeah, I agree.
So out of all the stories you, sorry, me, go ahead.
Yeah, I agree, Jellybean. That is creepy.
But for out of all the stories that you've narrated, do you have one that stands out as your favorite?
Yeah, jelly beans. No question about it. And I can't find which one my story is off the top here.
And Ed
I'm just
said, don't
excited.
forget to tell them about the experience in your bear cave.
Edge, we're not going to tell them what happened between me and you in my bear cave. That's just going to stay between you and me, buddy.
Ooh.
Yeah, no question about it. Jelly beans is my favorite story that I've ever narrated.
Cool. Bum, 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 bum. Edge is laughing. Is that what he did? Sorry. Okay.
Did he eat your honey? Is that what he did? Did he steal your honey?
He stole my honey, all right.
He got caught sticking his hand in the cookie jar.
I have a feeling this is going to turn south really fast, so.
So
I'm here. It was I'm here. It was already south from the get-go.
It was derailed from the beginning. You're right. I'm sorry.
See, I don't get my train's never on the rails. It's always sideways, just still moving along the rails somehow.
So go ahead, PA. Ask your question.
So we're in a brand new hellscape where alligators and crocodiles can fly. How does the human race fare?
I think that all depends on where you live, because I live in the Great Frozen North, so I think I'd be fine. You live somewhere where it's warm, you're probably fucked.
Jellybean quoted me, did he eat all your honey? PA Nightmares 2021. God, Jelly, no! Ray's already turned on us. You can't be going to the dark side, too. I'm gonna come down to your neck of the woods. I'm gonna drink all your tea and eat all your cakes. Do you understand me?
Come to the dark side. We have cookies.
What if
Ray
they had
says-
laser beams attached to their freaking heads? Well, then we're all screwed, Ray.
Yeah, seriously.
Well, I always say
lasers.
I always say what happens when they evolve into fucking dragons and they can breathe fire.
Golly.
Because if they have evolutionary if they have evolved,
If they've
they
evolved
have
to have
wings,
wings, they're going there.
They're only one step away from being a dragon.
Yeah. Little dragons.
Oh no, I'm just assuming that they're gonna grow along with it.
Oh, I see.
We're just all super boned, except for me, who's gonna find a bunch of the eggs, and I'm gonna tame them, and I'm gonna have me a dragon army.
Reign of Fire. Go watch it.
That is an amazing movie.
I love that movie.
I agree. That is a good movie, yeah.
Who does number 2 work for? I don't know. I don't know if
That's a
British
great
tea
quote.
is your cup, PA. I like.
I'll take your tea and I'll drink it. I might not like it, but I will drink your tea just to spite you.
I kind of like Earl Grey. Just saying. Okay, so can you believe we've been on here an hour and 45 minutes?
It has been, yep.
I don't drink wine. I actually don't drink alcohol, but that's beside the point.
Yeah, neither do I.
You'd be up for 7 years.
Alcohol is like a vitamin for Ray at this point.
Legit. Legit. So, you have an assignment. Everybody go to Furberries. If you are not subscribed, subscribe. We need 200 subscribers there.
You can't make me do anything I don't want to do.
You're already
You're
done it.
already subscribed.
Also, go to his channel and watch Jellybean's first story narration.
And
Yes,
then don't
please
forget
do
to-
that because it's so good.
Yeah, and then don't forget to visit As the Raven Dreams to watch Ray's story,
Right. Celebrate their
which is
6th
titled
anniversary with them.
"Lingering" by Ray Beeman.
I agree,
Ray-
Nightmare's
Ray,
Edge.
don't you know? What's up?
I agree. How dare you not be subbed? If you're not subbed.
Yeah, I can't help it that I'm not a sub, that I'm Dom.
Oh my god.
Mia's over there shaking her head, rolling her eyes. I did used to go there. I do what I want. Can't control me. They've
hope that was loud enough.
literally tried. They just can't. What? You're grown?
Oh, my face palm. So, this is the Nevermore Collective.
We do stuff and things here.
And we do stuff and things here. I've been doing it lately. You do it.
This is the Nevermore Collective. We do stuff and things. Come join us. But no, seriously. This is the Nevermore Collective, where we are a potluck of shows. If you want to do something that doesn't necessarily fit on your channel, contact me, Mia, Filia, Raven, 242, Seraphine, the Midnight Bard, Beautiful Nightmare, CCG, Mia, a lot of us. The ones that you see doing the shows, contact one of us and let us know when and where you want to start your show or do your show, or if you just want to start uploading videos to the Nevermore Collective, we also are open to that.
We're up into that. We're up into that.
Yep, we're open to that. So just reach out to one of us, and we can do the stuffy things.
Don't miss our stuff and things. Ray Beeman, quoting PA Nightmare
I like to
2021.
stuff my thing in your stuffy thing.
Oh my god.
Hey Ray, I'll stuff my thing in your stuffy thing.
I want to start a show called Stuff and Things.
Am I gonna be on it?
It'd be ganked.
It'd be ganked. We're gonna turn the word ganked into it meaning something completely different. It'd be ganked,
Right now,
yo.
I think it means about everything. So it's like aloha. It means absolutely fucking everything right now.
It's every single.
Man, did you see that TV show last night? It was totally ganked, yo.
It's every single part of the English language. Maybe. I don't
We
speak
can
English.
talk about the Yeats of old.
We can talk about we can talk about the finer aspects of Yeet Skeet McGeet.
Oh. But seriously, check out Furberries. I think you'll enjoy him. We do.
Thank you.
And also check out Ray and Jellybean's stories because it's their 6th anniversary and that's a good way to celebrate it with them. And we don't know who we have next week because Furberries was next week. Do we have a show next week? It's Thanksgiving.
Yeah, we have a show next
Are we
week.
doing a show on Thanksgiving weekend?
I was going to, but
Oh.
if you guys don't want to, it's up to you. We can talk about that.
Okay, we'll talk.
But speaking of that, it would be either be Vendetta Dylan would take Furberry's spot, and then that or Cat Lionheart. We'll see.
Can't wait. I say that about everybody that's on here, so don't anybody take it personally. I do that about everybody.
Gasp.
Oh, have you talked to Miss Creepeth yet?
I haven't gotten to talk to her about actually being on a show yet,
Okay.
but we will.
Yeah.
Mid-December.
We want you all to have a happy and safe Thanksgiving. If you are in the United States, have a wonderful Indigenous Day. Indigenous Peoples Day. Which I prefer to think of it as because, yeah.
And remember, kids, if that creepy uncle asks you to sit on his lap, just say
Don't
no.
do it. Just say no.
God damn Uncle Larry.
Thanksgiving.
Thanksgiving.
So confused by your use of ganks. Well, we've made it a different word now. Ganks you.
It's totally gank, yo.
All right. You see why we have such a hard time keeping a timetable on this show?
I do, yeah. It gets derailed very quickly.
Yes, but that's part of the fun.
Absolutely. I've been looking forward to doing the Traveler's Tavern for a long time.
Well, we look forward to having you back.
Anytime.
All right.
Yeah, this is fun, man.
Wonderful.
Are you gonna say the tagline, Mia?
You want me to say it or you want to say it?
You can say it.
Once you join the collective, you can leave nevermore.
Nevermore.